Hey. Hi guys, I'm back with another tutorial. Yeah, I look crazy. So I guess you can probably see this is going to be a brow tutorial. And yes, excuse my tired face. It's the morning time. It's early. I was up early. I had to take my son to school. So yeah, I'm still sleepy. But I wanted to bring this tutorial to you because it's highly requested. And so I thought I'd show you how to do them, especially because I have updated the way that I've done them. And I don't think I've had a brow tutorial in a while. So I think I've done one like last year sometime. Fell in love with a new product. And most of you guys probably know or have heard about this, which is the Anastasia Dip Brow, Anastasia Beverly Hills, sorry, the Dip Brow Pomade, and I love it. It has great staying power. It is smudge proof, and I think water resistant, if I'm not mistaken. You would like to see how I do my brows and go from this to this. Please continue watching. Okay, so in order to do your brows, you're gonna need a few things. You want a spoolie, which is this, looks like a little mascara brush, an angled brush, and you want to brush like this is more rounded. Some people use a flat brush, some people use an angled brush. I like this brush because it's small enough to get that closeness that I need to create the arch. This is an e.l.f. brush, got it for $1. Can't beat that. And then I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. This is in chocolate, which is a dark brown. It looks like that. And then you want to take a concealer. And then I'm using MAC's Studio Finish Concealer, and my shade is NC42, which is about 1 shade or 2 shades lighter than my foundation color. So let's get started. So now the first thing you want to do is take that spoolie and you want to just brush your brow hairs. And whatever, I usually brush mine up and like to the side. So I'm just brushing the front up and then the rest just back. So I'm only going to do one side for you so you can see what a difference it makes to have a, what I call a polished brow, because my brows naturally are like this. Like I have no arch, as you can see. It's just more rounded. And for me, I don't really like that. I like a subtle arch. So that's why I do mines, because I feel like, come on, I need a little something. I think it's just more polished when your brows are done and arched nicely. So, and then mine are pretty thin. I don't have thick brows, so mine are really thin. So I just like to have that look. I feel like it ties that whole makeup look together when you have your eyes and your face and everything done. If I have my makeup done with my eyebrows like this, it wouldn't look good to me. Anyway, so yeah, brush those brows, get them in the direction you want them, and then taking that dip brow and my angle brush, just putting a little bit on, I'll show you like this, putting a little bit on there, and then you just follow the shape of your brows. And I'm gonna see if I can, let me zoom in, that way you guys can see what I'm doing. I got my tired face, so I apologize for looking crazy. So yeah, I have a little bit on the brush already, so now I'm going to go in and trace my brow. And I'm using a light hand. You don't want to go in too heavy. If you do by accident, it's fine. You'll go back and fix it anyway. So I'm just tracing the brow. And it's a little hard because I usually do this in my bathroom mirror. So I'm hoping that I can show you the best way doing it like this, because I usually I'm all close up in the mirror when I'm doing my brows. So I outline them, and then now I'm just taking the remainder and just filling them in. You don't want to do them too, like pack the color on too much, because you want a natural look as possible without it looking like, bam, I have paint or like, you know, anything on your brows. So you want it to have that natural look to them. So I'm just adding a little bit more on my brush. And I'm going to go back in and just keep filling them in. And for like the beginners, you guys, it's going to take a lot of practice. It's not going to always be perfect. It's something that does take a lot of time to pretty much perfect, especially the way that you want them to be done. Like I've went through many stages. Like when I learned this technique, you can even look back at like my old videos. I went through the halo brow, which is pretty much the concealer shadow, like right, you can see the outline of it on the brow. And when you take pictures, it has a flashback, so you can see exactly where you put that concealer in. So yeah, stay away from the halo brow. And I went through going through thick stages, thin stages, smudge looking stages. I went through so many stages. I'm telling you, you're gonna go through many of them if you're like me that needed to continue to practice. So don't feel bad. You'll get it. You know, you'll get it. Even to this day, I still even like do them too thick sometimes, and I'll take pictures and I'll look back and I'm like, whoa, what happened? I had an accident. So you know, even for people, I've seen people that is pretty professional in the brow area and still have some mistakes. So if you're a beginner, don't feel bad. Now, look at the difference of, I haven't even sculpted them yet as far as like giving them the shape with the concealer. You can see what a difference that makes. I'm totally fine with my, you know, sorry, my not done brows. So it's not like something that I try to cover up on a normal basis. When I'm outside and I'm not at work, I'm not going anywhere, I look just like that. Just anyway, so let's finish off the brow. So taking that spoolie and pretty much combing the hairs again, kind of blending to where it looks a little bit more natural. So just grooming those hairs, and I'm doing it really light. So now it's time to use the concealer to sculpt out the shape a little bit more. So I'm taking that little brush, and this is a little bit of the hard part because I need to, what I usually do is hold my lid like that. You see how instantly I got that slight arch? So that's what helps me get my arch, by holding it like this. So I'm going to try my best because I'm, like I said, I'm usually in the mirror in my bathroom. So it gives me that more, I can get up close. I don't want to be all up in you guys' face. So yeah, so I'm going to try my best to get it like that. If I mess up, you guys get the point of how to pretty much shape your brow. So going in, and I'm just out the shape that I just created. And I'm doing a light hand. And this is why I like this brush, because it really gets in there for me and it makes it much easier instead of like a big brush or like big flat brush that people normally use. And then once I have that outline, I take my finger. This is the most important part, especially when you're using concealer to pretty much go in and clean up the shape. You want to blend the crap out of that. Like you want to make sure you can barely even see that you have concealer there, because if you don't, more than likely you're gonna have the halo brow, you're gonna have the flashback, especially if the color of your concealer is lighter than your natural shade of foundation, you're gonna look crazy. I'm sorry, but you will. And you won't, normally to the naked eye, you won't see that. So you have to be careful. Like, you want to go in after you've completed your brow, you want to take a picture and look at the picture with the flash on, because this is the mistake that I've made and I learned from when I was doing my brows with this technique. Like, I'll have my concealer a few shades lighter than me, and I think I got it all blended and I got the eyebrows done, and I'll take a picture later on throughout the day, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, let me see your halo, halo. Like, you look crazy. Like, and it's there, and you're like, whoa, I didn't even know that it looks like that, because, to the naked eye, sometimes you can't see that. So what helps too is if you do the brows first. This is the very first step that I do when I'm doing my makeup. I make sure my brows are done first, because then that way, the rest of the face, when you're doing your foundation, you can cover it. If you have any concealer up top, you can cover that with your foundation. It'll blend in. You won't see it. And it's just easier for me to do it that way, especially if you've already had your face done and everything. Sometimes you make a mistake, and if you make that mistake, you can just fix it with your concealer. I mean, with your foundation. So if you make the mistake afterwards, some type of way, depending on how bad you make your mistake, you might have to wipe it off, start over, or you know, wipe the brow off and then start the brows process over again. So I'd rather do it before the makeup is completely done. That way I know that that part is done, and then everything else can follow suit. So yeah, anyway, so you finish up the brow underneath. It's like that. And then I usually go in on the top, not too heavy, but I just clean up the shape as well up top. And then blend out that concealer. And then if you've messed up the shape or anything, you just take what's left on the brush and just go back and fix it. So that's pretty much how I complete my brows. You can see. Compared to that one, it's a totally different look. I don't even know when the last time I went to get my brows done. This is what I do. I cheat. I cheat. So normally what I'll do is clean up under here, like under where like the little stray hairs grow. And that's it. And I do the rest just like that. Avoid the salon brow complications, because, once they jack them up, sometimes you can't fix them. And I don't need that. So, yeah. So that's the brow. I hope this was helpful. You see. And, so, tip of the day, no halo brow. Okay. We don't want you out there looking like a nut job. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you need any more assistance, or you have any more questions about how I do my brows and anything like that, just let me know. I will be happy to help you. And yeah, so thanks for watching.